everybody. This is Bess, and I'm here with my friend Ayo. How are you, Ayo?
Yeah, doing great, Vas. How do you do?
Very nice. Thank you. Ayo is the owner of Tufts Management School. And if you wouldn't mind, please take a moment to introduce yourself to the audience. Tell us a little bit more about where you come from and more specifically your experience and successes as a business owner and entrepreneur.
Oh, great. Ayodolapo Ajao is my name. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian. I basically right now what I do education management. So my background stem from being HR officer to head of training, head of strategy, a negotiator, and a coach. So presently, I work as with Soft Management School. So essentially, what we do is education management, and we started out from what we called Education Hub Africa. So Education Hub Africa set up different schools and manage them from cradle to professional level. So Soft Management School is one of our establishments from the Education Hub Africa. So what Soft Management School does is we run management courses and we do UK accreditation programs. So UK pathway degree pathway programs, meaning that you could take our courses and earn uh, uh, credits towards an MBA or a bachelor's degree. So
Wow.
then, yeah, that's pretty much. So we
That's
sell master's program undergraduates, we sell short courses, training, mastermind, coaching, all that.
very cool. And I do believe last time you and I spoke, you had mentioned to me you were actually building your own nutritional supplement nutrition line, right?
Yeah, I'm a complete entrepreneur. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. So I have some other things going on. I have a supplement line going on. So by I think in the next 2 months we should launch. I have a keto book, a workbook, a keto book, a meal plan, and also a cookbook. So then we have the supplement end of it. So it's complete.
I'm excited about that because I'm full keto for the last 5 years. I
Oh,
look forward
great.
to it. Yeah,
That's
very,
why same here.
very nice. I love that. Well,
Yeah.
so going through the process of starting, you said you're a serial entrepreneur, and I love that. And going through all these processes of starting businesses and knowing what you know now, if you had to
Hmm.
start all over again, what would that process look like? Can you dumb it down for us?
For me, I would have started much more earlier. I started back then when I was in the university in my penultimate year. I started out running trainings on leadership, social ethics, and protocols. So I was training students. I was one of the most expensive guy on campus at the time.
Go.
I was charging 1,450, 1,980 for 2 hours.
Love that.
So and some persons didn't even believe I was a student. So because you have my posters everywhere,
Oh.
and I was selling trainings, and people come for 2 hours to listen to me, and it was just cool. And over over time, so I would have started earlier. So what happened was I got a break. I went to work for some other persons, like about 3 or 4 organization. But I wouldn't say it was really bad because I then try to test some of the things that I believed in,
Mhm.
and I was closing 4,500 uh, per seats. I was closing 10,000. In fact, we had a $10,000 uh, product. I sold 10. That's 100,000 for the company.
Yeah.
So I was groomed to, or let me say, I groomed myself through that journey to become um, a high closer um, entrepreneur and all of that. So I did all that for my organization where I used to work. We used to run trainings and negotiation. It was cool. So I was good at it. In so basically, I would say I would have started earlier and stayed the course. So I had to go this way, this way, this way, this way.
You can't have too many things happening. You got to stay focused for a while. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Well, you know,
Yeah.
you mentioned you charge the highest on on campus with the
Yeah. I
school.
was I was one of the most expensive young guy back then in the university.
But you know what, though? I think a lot of people have fear of getting their courses and their teachings out there and charging a certain price. And I believe that quality is quality, and you have to know what you're providing value wise. So
Yeah.
I think people need to subtract that mindset of, oh my God, am I
Yeah.
too expensive? And just focus on the providing that value and quality.
Yeah. The first thing you need to clear is uh you need to clear that doubt in your mind that will is somebody ready to buy this?
Right.
Yeah. Until you are able to create a product, pull back from it and see whether you are able to buy the product.
Right.
Yeah. So first internalize the concepts of the product, being able to sell on a viral level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you'll be fine. First thing, you need to clear that in your mind. Yeah. And there's this imposter syndrome you might be feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, am I qualified? No, come on, knock that out. Okay. So over the years I've come to understand that uh you just need to break that. Then you step into it. When you step into the water is able to carry your weight. Okay.
I
That's
like
it.
that. I like that. I like that vibe today. Very nice. Very nice.
Thank
So, on
you.
that subject, what would you say was your biggest fear you had to overcome while going through process of building your businesses?
Okay, so basically, was trying to get this in the face of people. You know, I'm a Nigerian and I want to sell to the world,
Yeah.
and I want to be able to sell this with so much of passion, and be able to tell people I'm forthright. I could do this with all integrity and keep my word. That
Yeah.
was one. I remember back then I had a contract, I had an agreement, something going on with the George Washington University. And, the first time I sat at the meeting table with these big professors, and I was just there, one small boy, you know.
Ah, that's cute.
And we kept on. So what I did was that I met them at the World Bank. There was an exhibition at the World Bank. So I looked at everyone. I looked at who I could partner with. I saw this organization as, very reputable and I could do this with them. So I went on. I did a one pager. My one pager, I sent that in. Yeah. And maybe a day or two after, I was called for a meeting. At the meeting, I remember Jim wrote almost all the line in my one pager. And the other lady, Ina, said, Ayo, do you see Jim wrote all the pages, or all the lines on that page? It means you made sense.
Wow.
So it's important that you are at home with yourself, be able to look at the different partners and people you could sell to. So I needed partnership. And that's the greatest for me. I needed partnership. I needed people around me that could push what I knew that I was selling back then as a university undergrad.
Yeah.
And I needed that partnership, and I got it. So I remember saying some words back then, and the contract came, the partnership was signed, and the rest is history today.
I
And that's
love
it.
it.
The
I
rest is
love
history
it. I
today.
love it.
Mhm.
Would you say that you failed throughout these processes of building businesses? And if so, what did you do with that? how did you pivot?
Really, I would not say that I failed in the real sense of it, but certain things did not work. All
Mm,
right. So it was a learning curve for me, and I'm still learning. Yeah. So I tell you the truth. There were times where you'll be discouraged. As an entrepreneur, you need to know how to handle discouragement.
yeah,
It could come by you thinking you have failed, but one thing is that you've learned a lesson. I always love to say back then in the university, I said, you know what, we'll go for this again. uh if you fail, it's fine. If you succeed, it's fine. It will just join one of the queue: fail or succeed. All right. But thank God we have succeeded more than we've ever failed. And I shoot. I don't look at it twice. I shoot. Why? It will either join one of the queue: fail or success. But thank God I've succeeded more than I'd failed. So I take it as a learning curve. So I go back to my place of strength. First, my place of strength is my place of joy. I don't try to lose my happiness. Your wellness is important. I go back to my place of strength where I am full of joy. I could play some music. I could walk around, take a walk, do some affirmation, talk to myself, speak into my future, and I go back and shoot. I learned something very instructive from the Think and Grow Rich. It's called transmutation. So I operate that very frequently when I feel down at some point in the business endeavor, or that I lost money, I took a loan, I paid too much, all of that. I paid faculty too much because I pay faculties to teach, some of the
yeah.
states, so I pay faculty too much. I didn't make the right goal, all that. So I just go back to my place of strength. I get to transmutate, taking that pain to a profitable venture. You could be pained and sit on it and mourn, lock up for 5 days, 6 days, or whatever. Say you're not doing anymore. You just do all of that. But I take that pain and pull it on a profitable venture or the next project, and pour that anger, so to say, on the next one. Boom,
Wow.
and it will succeed. And you see, there's a process of incubation. And if you will properly incubate, you will bring forth something new on the face of the earth. And it's important that you are able to incubate, stay in that place of incubation to bring forth what you have written on the canvases of your soul. It's a matter of time. The expressions of those things will rule the world. And that's it. I believe that soon I will become one of the greatest voices on planet Earth. And I'm staying the course. I'm getting to speak out on it. Before now, I've not been selling anything on my name. I sell with a corporate face. I sell, and that's important. I don't know. Some persons sell with their name. Yeah. But over the years, maybe until now, I'm just about selling with my name. I sell with organizations, and I believe so strongly. My belief was that uh, organizations are stronger than individuals. Yeah, I used to tell myself, I used to tell people around me, organizations are stronger than individuals. So I build an organization. In the process now, I'm trying to build my brand such that you could say, oh yeah, I could pay 5,000 to listen to him, or $20,000 to listen to him too. But
Yeah.
statutorily, I build with organizations. So I learned that early, and now I'm trying to evolve the brand Ayodolapo.
That is really neat. But I want to go back to what you said a little while ago, because that to me is very powerful. And I think it's extremely important for people to have the mindset you were just describing a minute ago. Can you
Mhm.
give me an example of how you stay in that mind frame and are able to take like you said, that anger or that negative energy and transcend it into a positive and into a profitable type energy that helps you take the next steps towards business. What do you do? Do you meditate? Like, what do you
Yeah.
do that helps you do that?
So basically, for me, I could it could be either of those things. Okay, so I could take a walk and see some vegetation, talk to myself. In that process, I could also listen to a music, or at some point in time, a song. So when I'm doing anything, sometimes I just soak myself in that presence of joy, that atmosphere of joy. Yeah, where different songs are being played around me that meant happiness for me. Then when I hit that roadblock, one of those songs pop up in my meditation, and I keep singing it. I keep singing. I keep singing. I keep singing. Then one day an idea will pop up. Something happened. I i i, I had put out an advert, and someone saw it. It was a Facebook ad, and called me in that should. So I drove into the office quickly, and I met the man and says, okay, he was to sign up on the program. The program was to be $3,280. So I went to his office, and he told me to write a letter to request his organization to send in participants for the program. So the organization sent in like about 3 or 4 of them. So one day, I needed more persons on the seats, on the program. So I just had an idea, and while I was meditating during this process, singing, and a song popped up, and I got that inspiration, that moment to go back to that organization and tell them to give me 15 persons.
Wow. And they
It
did.
sounds crazy. They kept looking for who to send to that event. Yeah,
Wow.
a 1 week event. And they gave me 10. Imagine they paid me $32,800.
Wow. That's powerful.
One, and it stemmed from trying to find solution to wanting to fill the room.
Right.
And I went to just say, come on. It was some form of boldness. I love to say that fear is not for man.
I like that.
No, not at all. Fear is not for man. Go do it. Go get it done. Yeah. If you fail in the process, don't beat yourself to it. Yeah. Go on. Keep at it.
I like that. I like
Everyone that have succeeded around the world are consistently persistent persons, if there's such a word.
Yes, consistently persistent persons. I'm gonna hashtag that. I like it.
Something very important that happens in life is this. If I say a lily will double its size every day, and I show you a pond, and I said the lily will fill this pond in 30 days. All right. When will the pond be outfilled with the lilies? Tell me.
When will it be filled with the lilies?
Outfilled with the lilies, yeah. When will it be outfilled? It takes 30 days to fill
Okay.
the pond. When will it be outfilled?
Half filled?
Yeah.
15 days.
Okay. And that's wrong.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what? In fact, on the 28th day, it will be a quarter filled.
Really?
Such that on the 29th day is outfilled. On the 30th day, if you will just wait a little bit, on the 30th day, the pond will be filled. On the 31st day, you need 2 ponds.
Wow.
On the 32nd day, you had 3 ponds. So if you would just not stop,
Keep going.
if you will not stop, keep doing what is right, finding your teachers, asking the right questions, you will get the answers. That's it.
I like that. So patience and never ever give up. I love that.
You need to live in that moment of faith every day. believing first in yourself and believing in your process.
I like that.
Fishes are to swim in waters, birds to fly in the air, and man to live in the flow of faith.
I like that. You're very powerful, sir. Very powerful.
Thank
So,
you.
since we're talking about this,
Okay.
what does success mean to you?
For me, success is the achievement of predetermined goals, meaning that I set the goals, then I shoot. All right. So you don't throw the dart and go draw a circle around it and say that's a bullseye. Yeah. So per time, success would mean different things to me. Okay. Meaning that, okay, now I am trying to build a brand Ayodolapo apart from the business. So that's when I get to that mark in in the next 24 months, yeah, then I'll say that's success. So for me, success is the achievement of predetermined goals, and these goals shift per time. You see, in our lives, we keep trying to pursue balance. And let me say this, balance will not always be in the middle.
Yeah.
Balance will be such that it will be okay. So let me say this: if I have two items of different weights and sizes, okay, and I'm to balance them on a fulcrum, yeah, the pivot, yeah, in physics would tilt to to the object of the biggest size or weight.
Okay.
Yeah, you get it?
Makes sense.
So it means that balance can't always be in the middle.
Mm.
Balance will always shift. So, such is success. So you need to just know. I think success is that achievement of predetermined goals. So per time, I set the goal is family. I set the goal is business. So every year I only maintain five type of goals. So I keep refining them. I keep trying to achieve them. And you see, when you miss a mark, don't uh, hit yourself and say that you're out and down. What you need to do is to go back to those things that seems to be important to you and start from your last place of obedience to the rules. That's where you will find the answer.
Very
So if
nice.
you make a mistake or something that you needed to correct, go back to your last place of obedience, to those rules, to those things that make you. Go back to your last place of obedience and you'll be able to pick up the answer.
I like that. Back to basics.
Yeah.
That's true. That's very true. So I do have one last question for you.
Okay.
And I love this question, is my favorite. We all have our routines, and I know successful people have routines, especially in the morning before they get their day started and set intent. What does your morning routine look like?
Okay, really. First thing is I wake up early, like about 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. every day. And my first routine, some something I do every time, is to meditate through what I will do on the day. Yeah. So I think through. It might take me 30 minutes, 20 minutes. It might be that I have some plans before I slept. Yeah. And the next thing I do is I'll take some time out to, if my family's around, I try to, touch the children, play, even while they're still sleeping, say some kind of affirmation, speak into the day. And that's it. Sometimes if I wanted to take a walk, I do that, but not so, because I move around a lot. So
Yeah.
it's not everywhere you try to jog or do a walk every day. So,
Yeah.
but importantly, is meditation. I do that, think through the day. Yeah. You see, then I have like two, three things I want to achieve in the day. I don't have to cloud it with 10 things or some sort. Then I put them down. Yeah. So I keep, like today, I've done three things already. There's a third one.
Ah,
So yeah, we'll keep going. All right.
Thank you so much. And I'm so glad this interview was part of your intent this morning. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I really do. Is there anything else you'd like to tell our audience before we wrap up?
You know, every time you try to seek for the next level, what you need to do is to ask the right questions.
Mm.
And you must be able to ask the right people. You need to be able to find your teachers. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Find your teachers. They might not be your regular kind of persons, but they have the answer to your next level. Your next level is locked up in the things that they carry.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, at a point in time in my life, even during this pandemic, Russell was one person that I knew had the answer. And I went for it all the way. And that's it. Go find your teachers.
I
Thank you.
like that. I like that. Yeah, Russell is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I get chills every time I listen to him speak. So
Love the
I
guy.
yeah, 100%. Well,
Mhm.
thank you, Io, so much for taking the time to speak with us today. I really
You're welcome.
appreciate it, and I can't wait to have another conversation with you. You're so powerful, and you have such a
Thank you.
great, positive, vibrant energy about you, and it's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you too.
All right,
Yeah.
thanks.
All right. Bye.